Envision searching now, not too far off, and seeing a dawn that consists of one half the sky. NASA has brought photographs of a in no way before visible peculiarity where a star named Betelgeuse went insane, catapulting a giant piece of its surface. This occasion is referred to as a surface mass release, and, as in keeping with the distance organization, the discharge became 400 times the mass of a common solar flare from our Sun. Researchers describe the occasion as searching like heavenly improvement in actual time, with a metropolis starting up such first-rate lumps of its actual form. Shockingly, the disastrous blast of this very crimson monster is changing quite a chunk of what we understand approximately the universe. Why did Betelgeuse pass insane, and how might that affect the universe? We have to determine it out. Heavenly, our bodies are produced from many stars and are, consistent with folklore and legends, still used for navigation today. One such well-known megastar is Betelgeuse, which is among the largest and maximum prominent stars in our middle-of-the-night sky. The notable ruby-pink sparkling movie star, called Betelgeuse, is positioned inside the higher proper shoulder of the Icinus constellation Orion the Hunter. Whilst visible, mindful stargazers recognize it as a fuming beast with a multi-day-long heartbeat of normal throbs. Because of its troubling orange-purple tone, Betelgeuse is successfully diagnosed as best for persuading skeptics that stars do in truth have numerous tones. It is in any other case called Alpha Orionis and is the second most remarkable megastar within the constellation, after the blue supergiant Rigel. Betelgeuse is a charming object for star research and observations because of its variable nature, as well as its uncommon call. Usually, stars with the call Alpha are the most prominent stars in their constellations, even though Rigel, Orion's other top-notch big name, is brighter. Betelgeuse is Alpha Orionis because of its name, brilliance, size, and ruddy tint. It's also possibly one of the most prominent stars. The fact that this megastar served as the model for both the man or woman and the film Betelgeuse makes it huge. The well-known star is the seventh most outstanding star seen from maximum of North America, Europe, and Canada, and it is the 10th most distinguished superstar standard inside the sky. Earth is fantastically near Betelgeuse's area. Specialists can't pinpoint its unique distance from Earth, despite the fact that they trust it to be somewhere within the range of 430 to 724 light-years away. Betelgeuse is the most great red supergiant big name and is closest to Earth in our galaxy. There are handiest about 200 pink supergiant stars that have been diagnosed. The Sun has a radius this is round 764 times bigger than Betelgeuse. If the celebrity changed our Sun machine, it'd reach past the asteroid belt and even past Jupiter. This shows that Earth, Mars, Venus, and Mercury could all be completely ingested. Betelgeuse is multiple instances as huge as the Solar. This very monster has 12 to 26,000 sun radiances and is seen from 548 million light-years away. This superstar has a floor temperature of around 600 Kelvin, making it cooler than the Sun. Nearly 13.3% of Betelgeuse's exceptional power is plain light. If human eyes ought to see light in any respect frequencies, Betelgeuse could surpass Sirius as the maximum distinguished star within the midnight sky. Betelgeuse loses around one solar mass each 1,500 years. The crimson movie star is surrounded by a cloud due to the fact this cloth is being shot out erratically from the superstar every which manner. A haze of material, more than one instances larger than the star, encompasses Betelgeuse. The dimensions of this cloud is likewise thought to be 30 galactic gadgets, or multiple instances the Sun's distance. The Sun and Neptune, the farthest planet in the solar machine, are separated by way of this distance. Our solar constantly launches mass into area, which is referred to as sun flares. However, the Sun simplest breathes out tiny sections of its outer surroundings, called the corona, giving the phenomenon the name coronal mass ejection, CME. As a result, coronal mass ejections and surface mass ejections can occur at separate times. Whilst a celeb discharges part of its unstable outer surroundings, it reasons a CME called the corona CME. Coronal mass ejections from our solar system arise regularly and may affect Earth and its populace. CMEs can journey more than 1,800 kilometers consistent with 2D while launching magnetic fields and plasma into area, sometimes impacting the Earth within hours. A CME can disrupt and harm Earth's satellites and energy systems when it occurs at the aspect of the Sun that faces the planet, and it could sporadically place astronauts in orbit at threat. The new discovery sheds mild at the uncommon adjustments of Betelgeuse. Coming from 2019, the cloth that the well-known superstar released into space cooled and created a cloud of widespread dirt that hid Betelgeuse's brilliance from Earth-based totally observers. Moreover, Betelgeuse's prestigious ordinary beating pattern has been altered. The CME on Betelgeuse has released 400 billion instances greater mass than a normal CME, which made the famous person shudder like a dish of gelatin treats. In line with a NASA information launch, Andrea Dupree, area professional at the Center for Astrophysics, stated that the celebrity's inner convection cells might be in disarray while its photosphere, or celebrity floor, struggles to stabilize itself. Cosmologists had been tracking the celebrity's steady sample for the past 200 years, however, it now not exists. All purple giants, which include Betelgeuse, are dying, and being capable of study this procedure will permit experts to gain some critical insights into the evolution of stars. Maximum stars in the universe are powered through nuclear fusion, which finally runs out and causes a celebrity to undergo a series of dramatic modifications before it in the end dies. Whilst a celeb is born, it is manufactured from hydrogen, which, underneath the strain of gravity, fuses in the celebrity's center to make helium in a nuclear reaction. Loads of heat and mild electricity is produced at some stage in the fusion technique. This strength moves to the superstar's surface and is emitted as photons into space. As the star a while, its primary gasoline, hydrogen, runs out, and helium starts to fuse with carbon to shape carbon. After the helium is spent, neon will finally fuse with carbon to shape oxygen. When this takes place, the fusion of neon with oxygen absorbs energy in place of freeing it. Due to the fact there's nothing to oppose the big name's fantastically sturdy gravity, whilst oxygen starts to fuse, the celebrity collapses on itself, leading to a supernova explosion. A supernova, considered one of nature's maximum wonderful forces, can produce greater electricity than 10 billion suns. Stars shift tone throughout their life, from the youngest, hottest blue structures to the older, cooler red types, they have got reached. The Greek philosopher Ptolemy, in 168 advert, specifically cited Betelgeuse's color as having a bronze tint. 3 centuries in the past, Chinese astronomers would possibly gain a higher knowledge of ways red stars lose mass of their final days prior to detonating in a vivid supernova explosion from Betelgeuse's blast. As Dupree notes, we've got never visible a huge mass release on the floor of a star before. We are left with something occurring that we do not fully understand. It is a completely new phenomenon that we will observe immediately and clear up floor details with Hubble. We are looking heavenly improvement in actual time, but it's doubtful whether this development predicts Betelgeuse's imminent supernova explosion. Due to the fact the consequences are so unexpected, NASA problems are warning that Betelgeuse might not have reached the end of its lifestyles. Even though it is coming near the quit, stellar time is long, and red supergiants die quick by using comparison. Consistent with NASA, Betelgeuse will explode within the subsequent 10,000 years. Betelgeuse has been the problem of main scrutiny since the 1st century BC. Extra lately, a researcher by way of the name of Sarah Nance and her crew worked to analyze the in all likelihood timing of the supernova explosions of pink supergiants like Betelgeuse to decide how a star that big could behave through the years. Nance and her group ran numerous simulations regarding Betelgeuse as a variable and then in comparison their findings to observational information. Why did Betelgeuse unexpectedly dim, conflicting with its normal cycle, whilst it might not explode for another 100,000 years? Betelgeuse changed into expelled from its home in the Orion OB1 association, which incorporates the celebrities in Orion's belt, and has been visible visiting through the interstellar medium at a pace of extra than 4 light-years. With the aid of mid-February 2020, Betelgeuse had misplaced 2.5 times its brightness, going from magnitude 0.5 to 1.7 after starting to dim strongly in October 2019. Via February 17, 2020, Betelgeuse's brightness had stabilized for nearly 10 days, and the celebrity had started to mild up again, but Betelgeuse seemed to have stopped dimming absolutely 5 days later, correctly ending the dimming episode. Seeing that there had been no essential adjustments inside the infrared via February 24, 2020, it appeared that the new scene fading was largely inconsequential. A look at concluded that the celebrity's dimming was in all likelihood due to a cloud of big circumstellar dirt. Absorption was dominated out as having a main effect in a study the use of measurements at submillimeter frequencies. But, the dimming seems to be the result of large big-name spots. Further investigation confirmed a dramatic increase in Betelgeuse's brightness among might also in August. Betelgeuse is so close to the solar that it is extraordinarily difficult to look at from Earth. Earlier than 2020, while Betelgeuse turned into related to the Sun, it became also 0.4 times in brightness in keeping with observations made with the Sounder satellite in June and July. With the aid of July of 2020, the megastar had faded with the aid of 0.5 considering that its previous surface commentary in April. Every body was bowled over with the aid of this because the most and ensuing minimal were expected to arise in August and September 2020, and around April 2021, respectively. Betelgeuse's brightness is thought to vary notably, making predictions tough. The dimming appeared to signify that a second dimming event would possibly stand up much earlier than expected. The discovery of a second dirt cloud coming from Betelgeuse, which became related in June 2020, indicated that a cool patch on its photosphere might be the reason of the dirt. In August, a second impartial evaluation confirmed the initial hypothesis. The dirt is thought to have been created by way of gasoline the celebrity had expelled. In step with research performed in 2022 using the Hubble Area Telescope, a dirt storm might have been created through a surface mass ejection. The fabric changed into shot out from the superstar's floor lots of kilometers away, where it cooled, compacted, and fashioned the dust that dimmed the celebrity. The broken photosphere, which changed into approximately 3 times as big as our moon, traveled into area, cooled, and formed a dirt cloud that obscured the star from the angle of observers on the planet. The dimming, which began in overdue 2019 and lasted for some months, changed into genuinely perceptible even to informal observers who observed the star's brightness trade. Extra fantastically, the 400-day pulse price of the supergiant has disappeared. For around 200 years, astronomers were monitoring this cycle with the aid of analyzing changes in Betelgeuse's floor movements and brightness versions. Its disruption marks the significance of the effect. Cosmologists have now advanced a probable speculation to explain the disturbance. The superstar is also slowly, but virtually, rebuilding electricity, and the photosphere is improving. The big name's normal cycle is being misplaced, and the interior is vibrating like a bell that has been struck. A large stellar surface mass ejection has in no way been found earlier than. There may be nonetheless something taking place that we do not completely understand. We may be capable of immediately look at this absolutely new phenomenon and use Hubble to examine floor capabilities. Whilst will it occur? Likely not in our lifetimes, but no one virtually knows. It could be the next day or a million years from now. Will Earth be annihilated by Betelgeuse's supernova explosion? No, the blast of Betelgeuse may not affect or smash life on this planet in view that it'll happen a long way, a ways away to affect the Earth. Cosmologists estimate that for a supernova to be harmful to human beings, we'd need to be inside 50 miles. Betelgeuse is extra than 10 times that distance away. Alternatively, all in the world can be treated to an especially beautiful view of a completely brilliant celebrity within the middle of the night sky eventually. Due to Betelgeuse's proximity, astronomers might be able to examine the megastar as it undergoes a supernova explosion. Betelgeuse isn't currently visible in the night sky, so don't cross searching for it. Even if it exploded proper now, we wouldn't see tons of it, but it's far inside the afternoon sky in the course of August. Betelgeuse, or Betelgeuse, isn't only a sizable superstar within the Orion constellation but additionally performs a crucial function inside the examine of stellar evolution. Its size and particular traits make it a great laboratory for know-how the existence cycles of huge stars. The megastar is classed as a purple supergiant, a category that includes a number of the largest and maximum extremely good stars within the universe. Observations indicate that Betelgeuse may also sooner or later go through a widespread change leading to an exquisite supernova event. This explosion is anticipated to supply a neutron-famous person or potentially even a black hole, depending on the remaining mass after the blast. Experts are keen to gather extra information about its behavior, in particular regarding mass loss prices and surface adjustments, that would provide insights into comparable stars in the course of the universe. Similarly to its scientific importance, Betelgeuse has additionally captured the general public's imagination. Cultural references which include the classic 1988 movie named after the star have cemented its location in popular subculture. As it actions toward the give-up of its existence cycle, hobby surrounding Betelgeuse keeps to grow, highlighting its importance each scientifically and creatively.